What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. This video is entitled American Selfie Review. American Selfie is a documentary on Showtime. It basically chronicles, I want to say, America from right before, a few months before the pandemic till close to now. And it starts out basically with, you got people in the iPhone line, getting a new iPhone, I want to say 11 or something like that. And it's like, why do you take so many selfies? Why do you need a new iPhone? You know, because nutcases. And it's funny to me because it goes from the iPhone line, fast forward a little bit to the Super Bowl, to pandemic, protests, this, that, and the third. And I'm looking at it like, America is afraid of the America that America created. Because you got one generation of young people who are completely narcissistic and believing that, you know what, if my parents and grandparents were living in this with this kind of technology, they'll be like this too. And you know, me and my lady was talking about it, and I was like, no, these people stupid, because their parents and grandparents actually like interacting with other human beings. They still have the phones, just like you got old folks today. They alive, they're not dead. They still got some of the same friends they had back in the day, but they know how to work this stuff, but they like, let me see you personally. Let me talk to you. If I FaceTime you, that's one thing, you know what I'm saying? But they're not going to be sitting there. You don't see people in their 50s and 60s just selfieing it up. Look at me. Oh, I'm eating Jell-O. Look at the Jell-O. Like, so it becomes more and more apparent that it shows it like the younger generation is going to be completely lost because they're just all in the telephone. Like, you know, then you got the older generation, you know, they were doing the hypocrisy of America. They were doing rallies, right? And they had one rally that was like Save the Planet rally. And I was like, how come there's a lot of rainbow flags in this rally? You know? And you're like, maybe that's for Earth Day. I'm like, it ain't looking like Earth Day. And these rainbow flags ain't for the Earth. It doesn't look like that. But the funny part about it that had me cracking up was, so these people wanted to protect the planet, but they made all these signs that they were probably going to throw away. So you got into a rally about, you know, stop trashing the planet, and you made a gang of signs that you got to throw away to basically add to the pollution. But whatever. So then, you know, Super Bowl, and then you see there's this underlying, overarching thing about America and how you see America and what's crack. And people have anxiety. The young people have anxiety. The old people have anxiety. You know, how can I say this? The Native Americans have anxiety. The white folks have anxiety. The only people who didn't have anxiety about America was black men in the video, in the documentary. Because they kept asking, do you think America is fair? And the brother's like, no. No. Like, ask another one. No. One of the dudes was like, is this a trick question? Like, are you serious? You trolling me right now? Like, no. But other people were, the America that I know is not the America that it once was. And people are looking like, this is stupid. And what I mean by that is, I looked at a lot of overweight, over-anxious people who are worried about so many things in America, but they're not worried about their own health. So many people who are Asian concerned about where the country is going, but I'm not sure if you're going to make it just on the way you take care of yourself alone. So one of the things that keeps going on in society is we're at a point watching a documentary where, you know, they were showing people who didn't want to wear masks and people who did want to wear masks. And you shown the exercise of my freedom with that, you know. And now looking back at it, the people who was like, I'm not wearing no mask, it's just this, it's just that, it's just this, they look crazy. You know, I could do what I want to do. They look crazy. Now, looking at the business aspect of it, you know, you saw the businesses closing and you saw the homelessness in there. And I'm looking at it like, this is the America you wanted. Like, you got people who are, there's a particular white guy who was homeless. And it's like, and they told the guy something to, like, you're a white male in America. You should have, you know, you shouldn't even be homeless. Like, you should have all the privileges or be able to take advantage of the privileges. Like, there's nothing here for me. And the dude didn't know he was a drug addict. I'm guessing he did know, but he just wanted to ask the question or lead it into that. And I think he was in Vegas, which was interesting, right? Because we're at this point where they're like, the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. Now what are we going to do? And to me, that's what this country was set up about, for the rich to get rich and the poor to get poorer, to take advantage of the poor to add to your richness. That's, you know, what this was set up about. And now you're seeing people thinking that they were a part of the program that are not. There was a thing about immigration in there. And you started seeing Hispanics, predominantly Mexicans, like, looking at it like, wait, this how, you know, I feel like, you know, somebody could just pull up and just shoot me. They felt like what we have been saying about racism in this country, basically. And now it's like, it made it look like with the Hispanics, with whites, I'm not going to say Native Americans because they were in there briefly, but they were like, man, this ain't even your land. They basically was like, it is what it is. But this permeating thing where I'm getting stepped on. And I thought we were better than that. And I'm looking at them like, obviously y'all experience a different American than us. And we know that and y'all know that. Because now when you're experiencing America that we as black people and black men know to be true, it's like a culture shock. It's like, oh my God. Oh, it can't be. It's like, all right, whatever. So, to me, it looks like people are afraid of the America that America created, because that America is not going to be able to sustain their privileges that they once had. So, in all this anxiety, people are going to basically fight and scratch and claw and are becoming crabs in a barrel to keep their quote-unquote leg up in society. And people, you're seeing people tear down people because of the pandemic, because of business and whatever. You're seeing the rich get richer and the poor people tear each other down. And, I mean, welcome to America. I mean, what you want me to say? So, like, share, subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Peace.